Start the recording. Good morning, everyone, again. And I am going to turn the agenda over to Commissioner Shalimar Thomas.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Welcome to today's Philadelphia Commission of Human Relations public session. For the record, taking place today, Friday, November 17th, 2023. Can we start the meeting with the approval of meeting minutes? Are there any corrections to note? All right. No corrections noted. I move that we accept the minutes and they are submitted into the record. Next up are the cases recommended for closing. I will ask for recusals rather, after I read the cases. All right, the cases recommended for closing for the month of November 2023 are as follows. Under employment, we have Amber Mark Canio. Sorry, I know I'm messing it up. Versus Hank Dessing, Sanjia Lively versus Block Inc. and Square Inc. Cash App, Monica Meek versus Post Brothers, Kenesha L. Coley versus the School District of Philadelphia, Cherry McDuffie versus the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, Tamara Gary, versus Lids Cafe, Kiana Diaz versus Temple University Hospital, Jeans Campus, Sean S. Simmons versus Friends Hospital, Andrew Williams versus the Franklin Residences, Brittany A. White versus Temple University Hospital, Sharifa Van Black versus Payne Instacare, Jamez A. Anderson versus Joseph J. Peters Institute, Anthea Bayo versus Drexel University. And under housing, we have Phyllis Tiggle versus MW Manor LP, Sanja Claxton versus JG Real Estate LLC, and Karima A. York Lee versus Temple Villas. Are there any recusals?
Yes, I need to recuse from Bayo versus Drexel University.
And I'm recusing from employment 7 and 10.
And this is entirely my fault. I neglected to check the closings to see if anybody was represented by the Women's Law Project. To the extent anybody was represented by the Women's Law Project, I'm recusing from that. Looks like Pam is shaking her hand. Thank you, Pam.
Thank you. All right. I think I saw Pam taking notes, so recusals have been noted. With that, can I have the cases can I have a motion to accept the cases?
So
See, I'm sorry, my screen was, I saw Commissioner Albert hand go up, and I also saw Commissioner Austin's hand, so I'll take that as a first and second. All in favor? Thank you. The case for November, the cases for November has been accepted. And with that, I'll turn it over to our executive director, Kia, for her director's report.
Thank you, Commissioner Thomas. I see that we have at least 2 guests joining us today. So just for your information, after my report, we will open it to any questions or comments that you may have. So feel free to do so at that time. We have quite a few updates for this reporting period. So I'm going to start with our compliance team. On October 30th, Deputy Director Pamela Gwaltney and Attorney Karen Foreman facilitated a virtual training session with the EEOC on maternity and breastfeeding protections that are afforded under our Fair Practices Ordinance, as well as federal law under the Pregnancy Worker Fairness Act. In terms of community engagement, prevention, and education, HR Representative Carlos Avalos conducted a safety training for staff at the Wissinoming Voting Center HR Representative David Oliver conducted a presentation on PCHR services for Green Tree School, which is located in Germantown, in the Germantown section of Philadelphia. HR Representative Boonrat Mott provided safety information to a Southwest Buddhist temple that was recently a victim of burglary. On October 25th, I presented information on the laws we enforce here at PCHR for Drexel University's Law Lab. In terms of conflict responses, HR Representative Tiara Thompson conducted a mediation involving students at Overbrook High School throughout this month. Other noteworthy events for this reporting period, from October 19th through the 29th, Deputy Director Randy Duque participated in an interstate and international program which centered on racial dialogue, community police relations, and the civil rights movement. The program took place in Mississippi, Jackson, Mississippi, Germany, and here in Philadelphia. For the Philadelphia portion of the program, he organized a session which centered on PCHR's responses to hate and bias incidents, and convened a special session of our interagency civil rights task force. On October 20th, I spoke at the World Summit on Women and Girls, which commemorated the United Nations International Day of the Girl. That took place in Philadelphia at City Hall. November 1st through 4th, Deputy Director Randy Duque presented on partnerships for peace, the importance of strategic networks across government, law enforcement, and nonprofit organizations at the 2023 Peace and Conflict Resolution Conference, which occurred in Thailand. On November 9th, we hosted an exclusive viewing of Rebuilt from Broken Glass at the Parkway Central Library. This event commemorated the 85th anniversary of Kristallnacht, which means Night of the Broken Glass, one of the seminal events that occurred during the Holocaust. The event featured a conversation with 97-year-old Holocaust survivor, Fred Barron. We were excited to have two of our commissioners there to join us, Commissioner Tibbs and Commissioner Ricks. On November 16th, yesterday, I participated on a panel for the National Urban League entitled Equity Redefined. And I spoke there about the various nuanced forms of housing discrimination, including home appraisal discrimination, and discrimination through artificial intelligence services like Redfin, Trulia, those types of things, and other nuanced forms. So we talked about those protections that we are offering here. Upcoming events for the next reporting period. On November 17th, Deputy Director Randy Duque will facilitate, which is today, he's actually doing this right now, facilitating a dialogue between Jewish, Arab, and Muslim leaders focused on preventing anti-Semitism, anti-Arab sentiment, Islamophobia, and also just supporting the local community here to show that there is no place here no place for hate, here in Philadelphia. So he's doing some very important work right now. On November 20th, our online hate and bias reporting form will be live on our website. So in addition to contacting us via phone, our main office, you can contact us on our anonymous hate line. And then you can, beginning Monday, you will be able to go online on our website and report hate incidents directly. In terms of next month, we also have one additional event, November 28th. Myself and Attorney Karen Foreman will present information regarding the legal protections offered under the Fair Practices Ordinance at the Klein Institute of Trial Advocacy. So that will be coming up. We had several hate and bias incidents that were reported to us for this month. Most of them centered on race, ethnic, and religious incidents. There was a slight uptick in some of the anti-Semitic incidents that were reported to us. As for those who have been joining us for the last few years will know that most of the incidents typically center on race, religion, and anti-LGBTQ. Given the conflict in the Middle East right now, there has been a slight uptick in anti-Semitic incidents that were reported. So there was an incident in Old City where a property was vandalized with anti-Semitic graffiti. In the Northeast, a person removed a "We Stand with Israel" yard sign from a synagogue's property. In South Philadelphia, there were two incidents. A person destroyed the front door of the home that displayed an Israeli flag. There was also a person who received several anti-Semitic calls and messages, including threats that were left on their voicemail. In West Philadelphia, there was an anti-Semitic piece of graffiti found on the front door of an apartment. And in Southwest Philadelphia, there was racist and anti-Semitic graffiti found spray painted on a recreation center. There were other racial incidents that were reported to us, including in North Philadelphia, a school principal's vehicle was vandalized while in the parking lot and slashed. His tires were slashed with the letters KKK spray painted on his vehicle. There was also a person endured a threat by an intoxicated person while they were in the Roxborough section of Philadelphia, and they were threatened with a bat while the person shouted anti-Black racial slurs. And then finally, there was an incident at a bank in South Philadelphia where the bank received an anonymous racially motivated letter. In all of these incidents, it's important to note that we are in contact with the police department and our state and federal law enforcement partners to make sure that victims are supported and that the victims receive the services that they need. We are also tracking, as we always do, all of these incidents and making sure that our community is supported throughout as we receive them. For this year to date, we have received 77 confirmed incidents of hate and 3 incidents that were not able to be confirmed. So with that being said, that will conclude my report for the month, and I will open it for any questions or comments. Okay, hearing none, I will turn it back over to our chair, Commissioner Shalimar Thomas.
Thank you. Thank you, Kia. Thank you to you and your team, as always, for the great work you're doing in the community. And Kia, it's so good to see you out and about and advocating and sharing information on various panels. So kudos to you on that as well.
Thank you.
All right, so our next meetings will take place in December. The executive session will take place on December 8th, 2023, and the public session will be held on December 15th, 2023. Readers for the month of December are Commissioners Kareem Thomas, Albert Austin, Lavren, and am I correct that Commissioner Tibbs will be joining this group?
Commissioner Tibbs was a reader this month.
He was a reader with the November, so he's not next month. Is that correct?
That's
Okay,
correct.
I'm sorry. My apologies. So again, for the record, the commissioners reading for December are Commissioners Kareem Thomas, Albert Austin, and Lawrence. All right.
All
With
right.
that, can I,
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
okay. With that, can I have a motion to adjourn? All right, I saw the motion made by Commissioner Kareem Thomas. Did I see a second? I saw a Commissioner Ho, hands went up. Thank you so much. All in favor? All right, thank you, everyone. With that, the public session is adjourned. Have a fantastic weekend and a wonderful holiday.
Yes, happy
Thank
holiday.
you. Happy holiday.
Yes, enjoy here.